order. Let's stand for the invocation by Commissioner Gail Niger and then the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay. Almighty God, please provide those who hold office in the city the spirit of wisdom, charity, and justice, that with steadfast purpose we may faithfully serve to promote the well-being of everyone in our city, and shine your light upon those in need, along with the many responders who risk their own lives for the benefit of others. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Carly, if you can call the roll.
Niger.
Here.
McAleese.
Here.
Thompson. Here. Reed.
Here.
Kenny.
Here. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. This morning we're going to conduct an agenda meeting for the July 1st regular commission meeting, which will be held at 9 a.m. Immediately following this, our agenda meeting, we will have an administrative workshop. All right, now we're just going to review the items that will be on the agenda for next week. And it looks like we have nothing. Do we get the new business? We have a resolution number 2026-02, a resolution of the City Commission of City of South Pasadena, Florida, certifying the proposed millage rate to the county. Property appraiser for fiscal year 2026-2027. We also have a motion to approve the interlocal agreement with Pinellas County for the designation of collection and removal responsibilities within geographic Pinellas County. Another motion to approve interlocal agreement with Pinellas County for disaster debris collection and removal services and disaster debris monitoring and management services within the geographic Pinellas County. And lastly, a motion to approve the interlocal agreement with Forward Pinellas for planning and mapping services and our special project work. Can't get the words out today. Does anybody have any questions or thoughts on any of the items we'll be voting on next week? Everybody is fine with this going forward?
Yes.
Okay, sounds like consensus. All right, then this has happened, and we're going to adjourn. Okay. Go ahead and call the workshop to order. Charlie, if you can call the roll, please.
Niger.
Here.
McAleese.
Here.
Thompson. Here. Reed.
Here.
Kenny.
Here. One big item today, guys, budget.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Budget. We're back at it.
Before we start, I'd like to talk about something,
Okay.
if we could. I think it's time to look again at this $30,000 that we're asking for the fire department review. I just don't think it's the right time for this. I think we've got a lot on our plate with the $15 million new city hall, the $400,000 to rework the fire station. And then usually when these things happen, there's more money when they come out with a resolution. I re-looked at both of these contracts pretty heavily to see. I missed it the first time, but saw that it's people that are in Pinellas County that we know, Jim Engel, who helped us to interview for the fire chief, and another local guy. I kind of wonder how much more they know than our own people know about strategic planning. It just seems like a lot of money. You wonder if it's going to end up in the drawer somewhere. I think we talked about that. You know, as the chief moves on in his career, is the next person are they going to look at this and say, you know, this is not something that we want to do, or there's going to be more money associated with it? I just seem like at this particular time, and I think I would have a hard time explaining to the people in the city that there's a $30,000 charge on top of everything else. I mean, hopefully I'll be running for office in March. I don't know how I would explain this. So just a thought, you know, that, you know, I know it's not popular of me to say these things, but, you know, I've been doing this job a long time, and we're in a situation financially that could be really pretty devastating.
I kind of thought the timing was wrong, as everybody knows. For me, I felt if we did do something like this, that I would like the person who takes over as new chief to have input when these people are doing their thing and be able to put their thoughts into it, so it follows their thought pattern. But I voted against it last week, and I know Gail did. And I think what you're looking to get a reconsensus on this deal.
If I may add to that as well, I mean, looking at the chart, if this property tax amendment passes, we're looking at a loss of revenue of, $820,000 the first year. I think we need to let the citizens of this city test drive this proposal. And we need to find $820,000 to cut this year, is my opinion. Because the reality is, if this passes, we're going to have to make the deep cuts that indicate this. Yeah. So I spent the weekend going through the budget, and I mean, there's not a lot of fat in that thing, first of all. Everybody keeps a great budget. Mm-hmm. But I went out and drove the proposed streets, for example, that are on the budget for $250,000 this year. They don't need to be paved. I mean, they really don't. I drove every single one of them. The island has a little bit of cutouts, which I assume because they had to get down and access some utility work, but even those are like very smooth. So in addition to Gail's proposal, I'm suggesting we eliminate $250,000 from the budget for the paving.
See that for this year. Let's see, and that way we'll have a better idea next year if this doesn't pass, the property tax amendment. But
I mean, everybody's getting their information from Twitter and Facebook. Yeah. You know, all you have to say is property taxes, and every government wastes money, and people don't know the government they're talking about. So, but the reality of it is, perception is reality. And I think if we show that we're being proactive and cutting as much as we can to get as close to that loss of $820,000 this year, then that makes a case for us later if we have to do something to make up for it.
well, that's the thing. Our city doesn't have a lot of fat. You know,
Right.
we don't have all the stuff a lot of these other cities have, and
Well, with regard to the paving, I mean, usually Sean takes a look at it and we end up pushing it out. We've done that a couple times before.
I understand, but it's in the
So-
budget, and I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, because again, that's why I brought up, I re-looked at
Yeah,
the budget
no,
too.
I agree.
And I'm in agreement with Gail that 30,000 maybe is best served when the new chief takes
we're
over.
all kind of flowing with the philosophy to act as business as usual to a point, with things that need to be done, like roads and that sort. But no, I could agree with that too. I don't know if there's anything else we should relook at again that might need to come out.
Red held exercise equipment, nobody uses it anyway, very few. We don't need to spend $15,000 on that.
Well, I do see people over there. They're doing a class they hold over there.
Well,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Because I'm right there, but
It's,
Yeah.
what do you
but
call
still,
it?
it
It's
could,
passive equipment anyway.
does it need it right now? Does
No.
it need to be
Yeah.
changed?
Yeah.
Can it wait another year
Yeah.
until we find out what's going to happen? Kind of get ourselves in a position to tackle this more easily next year if it does pass, if we take care of it now and not then. So what are you thinking? Pull out the budget again and let's look at it over, or?
Those are my recommendations, and I would even like
Today's
to,
the last day, I think we got to do this.
It's your last scheduled
I know.
workshop.
Yeah.
I know,
You
that's
could-
why I'm bringing this up.
You could schedule another one, but this is
I
your
mean,
last.
this is a thoughtful process for all of us.
Scheduled
I mean, I know we agreed majority on chief getting that, but you go back, excuse me, you go back and you start researching the budget and you start thinking about appearances,
Yeah.
particularly to Gail's point, I'm up for reelection in March as well. And the reality of it is, people expect us to save them some money.
Yeah.
as best we can. And again, everybody assumes because we're sitting here, we're wasting their money. And I'm here to say we're not, and we all know we're not. And let's find a way to demonstrate that we're not.
So
By,
we need to get the copy. of the
Taking a
budget in
scalpel
front of
to
us,
it.
and that's what we're gonna do.
say that again, I'm sorry.
All these areas. So, I'm sure it's changed since last time when we had it. Otherwise, I say just pull your copies out of the drawer if you kept one. If not, I guess we need to get some copies printed for us this morning to look at.
For the general fund and the capital project fund?
Look at the whole, review the whole thing one more time.
Okay.
You wanna finish this part right first?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Well, wait, I guess go back to the question of Gail with the 30,000. Do we just wanna go ahead and remove that and go ahead and take Tom's off too, or are we gonna discuss that more as we go through the budget?
So are we, Fred held the road and fire, we're at
So far.
295 already?
At that point.
All right,
So you wanna just wait and we'll do a final consensus on everything?
I think
I would
fine.
also consider the kayak launch can wait.
yeah.
That gets
I
us
do.
closer.
Not like kayak.
Come over to my place, we can paddle out from there.
Yeah, right. Jump off the dock.
There's people that want that in this
Have
city.
you got one over there?
We have a launch.
We have a
Oh,
launch.
oh,
We
well,
paid
then
10
there
grand
you
for
go.
it.
That was $10,000.
Yeah, I helped pay for it. It's a nice one.
Are we interested in rebuttal, or we're just, this because it's the numbers, and that's the bottom line?
I'm always one for rebuttal. I mean, that's basically what we're doing to you right now.
Yeah. Okay, well, you can, and you want me to go
Yeah,
and
we
print
can
this
talk
stuff
while-
out? Okay, got it.
I mean, if we're looking at raw numbers and we say, hey, there has to be a cut, I understand. But as for the points of, you've read the two documents. First of all, there were three, two of which were companies with no ties to this county. The low bid was a company not from this county. And the deputy chief would be a huge part of this process as part of the succession plan to take over. So by delaying it, we're simply delaying that part of it. But like I said, if it's strictly based on the political climate and the potential for loss of revenue, and it's a number that we're looking at, that, although it still is difficult, I understand that point. The other points, I guess I don't understand. So that's my only question. Is it simply, we look at the number and say, hey, that's where we got to do it. But if we're looking at the future, now's the time to do the strategic plan. That's my only
And I
point.
don't disagree with what you're saying, Chief, but I just think in the current political environment that we're in, we need to take a scalpel to the budget.
Yeah.
I mean, fine tune it. It's got to, I was planning to bring up the roads and other things today. Commissioner Nidinger beat me to the punch, but I'm in agreement with her. I mean, I know I was supportive of it. I support the idea of the study. I support what benefits could come out of the study. I just don't support the timing of the study right now.
Okay.
So
Yeah, because
that's my reconsideration.
It's all
so,
timing
sure.
right now, is what it is.
It really is. It's
Yeah.
perception, it's timing.
what
And it's
I-
reality. If we
Yeah.
lose $820,000 in our budget next year as a result of this, at least now we're like almost halfway there.
Yeah, please don't lose sight of what benefit it could provide for this department moving forward. I would hate to see that, go by the wayside, in perpetuity. So,
Happily reconsider it this time next year.
yeah, okay. And if there's anything I didn't explain well enough, to you guys, please
No,
ask.
you did a fine
No,
job
no.
as far as I'm concerned. I mean, to me, it's simply, where can we cut some numbers? It's that simple.
Well, and I appreciate your time. You guys have always, given me the opportunity to speak, so.
It's difficult.
appreciate that.
I remember years ago when we couldn't give the employees an increase the next year. Right. Nobody got an increase. So it was across the board.
I mean, and we didn't take
we
an
had to cut
increase
that.
this year,
So,
so.
hard times.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
So can we do another consensus? Is it changing?
Can I, wait, microphone for a second?
Okay.
Just 2 seconds. I just wanted to, while you're playing with the budget, I got the first of the fee study analysis pricing back, first proposal. We had put in 20,000 for the fee analysis in the budget. The first one came back at 35. So just as a heads up,
Is that money for this year, though?
it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
so I mean, that's
It
in
needs
the
to be
bud,
done.
yeah, we'd have to make a
It's not
budget
currently in the
amendment.
budget, so,
Okay.
but we were adding 20 into the budget for that to be done.
I had a feeling it was gonna go up.
So I just,
They never go down,
the-
so
Once these places learn it's something we have to do.
Yeah.
all of a sudden
Exactly.
prices increase.
So we were planning on about 20, but it came in, the first one came in at 35. I'm looking for 2 more companies to do that, so I just wanted
I
to.
saw we had good CRS news and
We did.
gonna get our flood discount.
We can throw that in too, I guess.
While
Is that
while
okay
we're
at this point?
waiting, let me ask you a question. I was talking to Heather this morning about the insurance for that we're gonna get from the insurance company, like 400,000
Okay.
from the storm. And then she said that you guys are gonna meet again with them because they're not really considering the fact that we'd have to replace, you know, it would be $6 million just to replace what we have.
It was not in those meetings.
It was not,
I was not
She
in
was not
those
there.
meetings.
oh, you weren't at the meeting?
I was
Well,
not.
I
It
guess
was
they're
her
gonna-
child.
well, the question came up, that she said something about significant damage. When you did all the houses and the things in the city and wrote up those significant damage assessments and letters, did that also include like City Hall or any other huge buildings
So
like
that was just based on the damage from the storm, so that wouldn't include the cost to bring things up to current code, if there was a requirement for that. So
Okay.
it was just for damage.
No, but I mean, would you have considered this building significantly damaged?
It was,
I know that's a tough
It was-
question.
borderline, but not, that was not based on real numbers. So
Okay.
we had, I think we had it at like 40, I don't remember the exact number. It was under the 50, but barely. And then, but that did not consider things like the cost to replace the elevator, the actual cost of
Right, right.
replacing the elevator and those kind of things. So it was just based on the damage.
Moving all the electrical
that
up out of the water plant
Correct.
and bringing everything up.
So am I hearing that we're not at the 50% rule, so we're not capped at whatever it was, 800,000 or 400,000 we could put in this building?
That's the fire station, is the.
The fire station, we can put in $406,000.
Okay.
So,
That's the
one-
50%.
But here,
Here.
if we try to fix this place, it's
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
over to 50%.
That's what I thought something
Okay.
had changed, right?
So it was real close, we didn't have hard numbers.
Yeah.
And now that we have the hard numbers, it's,
Right, and that's what the
I know,
insurance
I
company
mean-
would be looking at now, because I guess they didn't understand that there was significant damage. And so that's what she was trying to tell us this morning, is that
which
means
we
now that
told
they're,
them. Just so you know,
yeah,
we told them.
told them that, right, but they don't
So,
listen. Yeah. It's probably been passed around to different people.
I-
Yeah.
exactly. So the other
Anyway.
thing we did have good news about was the, FEMA has apparently picked up the CRS stuff again. So, they sent a letter saying that they made sure that our contact information was still good and that they are moving forward with getting our reduction in class, so.
Oh, wow,
Which
that
should
is
be
good.
coming very soon. I
Just
think it was October.
Just real quickly, do you know when the demolition's gonna start on Jay's Fabrics?
We issued the permit yesterday.
Okay, so probably the next 2 or 3
So.
weeks, maybe, yeah.
Yes.
And they're taking both buildings down.
Yes.
Oh, so
It's gonna
exciting.
be, it's gonna look so odd.
Are they
So-
both empty?
I believe so.
Oh,
I think there's still like some fixtures and stuff in there, but for the most part, they are empty.
And so, and quickly, Kristen had asked us about the consensus for the 30,000 at least, I guess, at this point. So do we have consensus to go ahead and just remove that part about? It's okay with you? Linda?
Yes.
Gail?
I just told them that the first price came
Okay,
back at
got full consensus.
consensus
Okay,
to
so
remove this study.
They did not say.
Okay.
They all cringed, and then
Yeah.
there was no comments. So, I will leave you to it.
Yeah, I'll sit in the middle.
Okay.
Okay. How exciting for us.
Start from scratch.
Okay.
All right, so we're looking at, you know, guys, I mean, we don't have to go through every little line. Some things we know, kind of, we're gonna go through it, kind of look for the huge numbers and find out if we really have to, if we need to just move past that, or move it up a year until we find out what's going on. So, just to kind of get through this, because there's some stuff we know just has to be done. And we can just go past that as we go through it. So what do you got in front of us first here is the capital improvement?
Capital
fund project?
improvement. This is the same listing that you got, I believe, at the first budget workshop. So the change that you had suggested from this is to take off the annex building or city hall. We're just gonna combine those HVAC projects to one $35,000 as needed. This does not reflect that yet. The paving project, 250,000 that Vice Mayor brought up. Do you wanna leave anything in road paving or?
Look at her now. 27.
I'm looking at,
We're looking at
I mean, is there something that, of that has to be done?
the $250,000 road paving. Do we need to leave anything in there, or can we take the whole thing out?
No, I mean, it was there, I mean, we were gonna do a little bit, but if we don't have to, we'll survive
What
without
about
it.
just repairs, occasional repairs?
Little, if we do asphalt patches, you know, we have stuff for the small asphalt that we do
But
in-house.
if we were to wipe it down to zero, you're good still.
Yeah, I mean, unless something happened, like an emergency, but like I said, the roads are really not that bad. I mean, we could survive that.
I know we do try to keep them on a cycle, so.
But no, we're okay. We'll survive.
If there's like a sewer break or something and you have to cut up the road for that,
That'll be part of the repair. you
that
know.
would be a repair.
Yeah, that'll be
okay.
part of that project if
So
something
that could
like
come
that
out of
happens.
sewer, because that would be part of the sewer repair.
Yes, yeah, the asphalt, the whole 9 yards will come out
Okay.
of just a repair for that, yeah.
The exercise equipment? Out?
Where are we?
I was just recapping, I had taken notes from before I ran out and made
Yeah,
copies.
yeah.
I just
I
wanted
see.
to make sure that I got all those picked up.
Should come in 345,000 total.
So, let's see,
What about the kayak launch?
Anyway, as far as I'm concerned.
Put a lot of work into it already, but
What is the likelihood of that getting covered by a grant, which is still taxpayer money, so,
That's what we're gonna apply for in August.
okay.
So, whether it be full or half, I don't know.
All right, so when would that grant money expire if we received a grant?
It's usually, they might be within a year, but I'm not
Yeah,
100%
typically you
sure.
have to use it within a year,
Yeah,
typically.
So if we
Typically.
get- if
But
we
it all
apply in
depends.
August, then we get it awarded, when? Typically, what's the cycle for awarding? August, October?
sometimes those take months.
So most likely it would be awarded in the new fiscal year, which would mean we could readdress it next fiscal year's budget, and keep the 50,000 out this year. And still be able to
That's-
use the
yeah,
funds.
Well,
that's-
it would depend, because some of these you have to expend it first and then they pay you.
Okay.
Yeah, we
So
would
I'm
have
not,
to pay for it, it's a
since
reimburse.
Advance is doing it, like,
Yeah.
for example, the
We just
pavilion,
leave
we
it
had
in.
to pay for that.
if we
and
don't
then they
spend it, we
paid
don't
us
spend it.
after.
We're waiting on the grant. If the grant fails, then we can tell people that we're waiting on a grant that was gonna reimburse for it. The grant fails, it's gonna come out next year. That's all. 'Cause that
Does
one
it
we're
have
looking
to
at a
be
grant.
50? That was kind of what you got as a quote.
Well, between the, what it would cost for that and the, engineering services. Because us being a municipality, kind of like commercial, you know, it's not like a home, you have to have an engineered drawing to, you know, get a permit through the county and the water.
If we were to
NAV
cut
or-
that 50 in half,
That's what I
would
was
that be a
thinking.
start at least? Or, and
Mhm.
then
Yeah, I
if
mean-
we had to do a budget amendment, we could do that?
Yeah, depending on how long it takes to get the grant. If we get it, then, I mean, we can always push it out to the next
I
budget.
mean, if we get the grant and we got 25, we can do a budget amendment for the other 25 and proceed. But at least that'll cut the budget down by 25 grand.
Yeah. Makes,
Okay.
and then we can, you know, if we do get it, depending on how much it is, whether it's a 50% or 100%, 75, I don't know, you know, exactly
We know
what
we're
that
gonna be
is.
reimbursed by the grant. It doesn't hurt to do a budget amendment and fix it, in my point of view.
Well, I'm still for removing the whole 50,000. I think we need to get rid of nice-to-haves versus must-haves. and it's nice to have. Again, my point was, let the citizens of this city test drive what these tax proposals are going to do in real terms. So this is a real term item that would have to be eliminated if that bill becomes a constitutional amendment that's enacted. So I'm obviously I go along with the majority, but I'm for eliminating all of these this year.
Do we have to have money in the budget to apply for the grant?
I haven't seen any, like the grant application or anything, but potentially.
Yeah, I don't know Justin Handel, he's the grant guy.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to prove that it's in your budget, but a lot of times you have to attest that you will pay up front or you will pay the appropriate match. We can,
But still, if we got the grant, we could do a budget amendment for the whole 50,000.
most likely,
I can support that.
As long as we
I can
don't-
double
as long
check
as we
with
don't have
Justin.
to
You guys
have
can
it
make the
to-
decision you
to
want.
get
We
the
can double
grant.
check with Justin to see. But typically you don't actually have to show it in your budget. You just say like, yes, we will pay it.
Well, and also, I mean, you do have a contingency for city beautification in here, so if they were a real stickler about it,
You could say that's what that was.
I mean, we could use that. It's right under,
Yeah, it's 50 right under it.
or right above it, I should say.
Okay.
Okay, so
Let's do that.
kayak out.
Yep.
So, now the feasibility study for City Hall, what is that again? Is that the, for the new building? Okay.
That's for working with Wanamaker Jensen. That's the.
That's
and
gotta be
They're
in there.
doing all of like the design concepts. Everything is all wrapped into that. So,
And then we got the air,
Well, and that amount was just a carryover from, last year. I don't
Yeah.
have any documentation that says that it would cost that much. I just was mirroring
Yeah.
what was in there from last time.
then we've got the HVAC at City Hall, the annex building, renovation of the fire station. We've got the City Hall, we need that to get the loan. Sewer improvements. Stormwater improvements, I should say. 75 grand.
but those should be out of. Are those out of the enterprise funds?
No, not for stormwater.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought he said sewer. Oh,
Tell me about stormwater improvements.
Oh, mine doesn't work. I don't know, I mean, that's,
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I guess you don't use this at all.
very, very little. I mean, you could take 25 out of it, that wouldn't take it all.
some
Well, if you
cities
consider
have. Some
that
of our
a-
neighboring cities have done some of that, and it has not worked out very well for them.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Taking out infrastructure money is
Caution
kind of
you.
hard.
Yeah.
Caution you to be
I'm against
careful.
Nice to haves versus must haves.
Yeah.
If something happens, it's gotta be dealt with. You know?
Well, and I think that that's the intent of that budget line item is in case something does happen, that
If we get another storm.
That
and
I would
another
hesitate to
flood.
take out that stormwater
Yeah.
project.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Well, but, like Vice Mayor said, if you look at this line of projects, there is not a lot of fluff. Like, we're getting accused
No.
of, not that we are, but.
No, we're not, right.
Okay. I will make those changes. Go ahead, Mayor.
So
sorry.
we're there. Solar powered streetlights. We need that 20 grand in there?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Was that for replacement or conversion?
No, that is for, like the repair when they go, or,
Somebody ran into one and knocked it down.
yeah, so we had to replace pole and all, and I think that was about 10 grand, I mean, we got the insurance money back, but,
Right,
that's,
You gotta spend it.
Cut it in half, make it 10.
for that.
All right. Contingency for city beautification, now that was mostly for the, for like the murals and stuff like that?
Well, so there was always, we had been putting 50 in regardless. We just, the couple of years used it toward murals, but that was for anything that you all end up deciding to do throughout the year. Like, I think the one year when we did the sun benches, we hadn't planned, it came out of there. So it's because stuff comes up throughout the year that we,
Does that include, the stuff like for Forward Pinellas?
it can, depending on what it is, but typically, no, that comes from a different
Mhm.
consulting line item.
We don't always use it, or we use pieces of
You
it.
use pieces of it. Some
Yeah.
years you've used all of it. When we did like the big mural projects, we used all of it.
We get by with half?
Depends on what you wanna do. I mean, you can, it just,
I was
that
thinking
that
everything we're doing
determines
next
what
year.
we end up doing then.
Anything, I think we cut that in half from 50 to 25.
But then you
And
mentioned
basically it's-
using it for the kayak.
Well, I mean, we could say we got 25 in there still towards the kayak.
And we can reach out to Justin and see if we actually have to show it in the budget or if we just have to commit
Right,
to
yeah,
it.
and that's,
Yeah.
and we'll have that answer when you come back.
Yeah,
Right.
You know, about, you know, maybe a little more details of, you know, what grant that he was planning on going after, and then, you know, we could get some, we'll have some information on
Or we
that.
just want to leave that 50 there?
I'm gonna leave it.
Leave it.
Does that,
Everybody
does that
leave it.
50 include our parties, our Halloween, our spring parties, that kind of
No,
stuff?
this
Is
is
that a different
capital.
line item?
yeah, there's special activities.
That's
account.
capital.
Yeah, this is the capital projects, and, you know, when you guys started this conversation, you talked about big projects and things to take out. And so, what happens, the flow of money that funds these projects is essentially the millage, the money that comes in the general fund, and then that gets transferred to this fund to pay for these projects. And the reason that happens is because the money that goes directly into the capital improvement fund is your penny money. That penny money is already spoken for with the fire station debt payments. So to pay for all of this, you know, the 15 million, we know we're gonna finance that. That's gonna not come from the general fund's money. But to cover the rest of these things, it will come from the general fund as a transfer in here. So there, it's all, you know, connected. So,
Okay.
all right, so I've got, the paving is coming out completely, the exercise equipment's coming out completely, the kayak launch is coming out completely, the streetlights has been cut in half to 10,000,
The HVAC for City Hall,
and the HVAC, yep, I have that already from the last
We'd
time.
already done, yeah.
ice pops.
That's coming out. That 35 for the HVAC?
Yes.
Did we combine it?
We're, yeah, we combined it, which, whether it's this building or
Take it
the,
now.
Oh,
annex building.
So we're just leaving the, what, we're going to leave it under the annex or leave it under City Hall? Or-
Leave the annex?
I'll probably label it as one or the other as needed.
So the 35's coming out, not the 30? Or is
I
it
was gonna-
35 moving down, we're taking out the 30?
Take out the 30, keep
Take
the
out the 30.
35, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so are we good on
I
this?
didn't hear you mention the study that we, because I started this conversation on this morning. Remember paving, kayak exercise, solar lights, and HVAC. I didn't hear you say the study.
You want the feasibility study?
No,
The fire department study.
that's not
Oh,
capital
no,
though.
yeah, this is just capital projects on this
Oh, we're not
first
there.
page, yep.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm at 370 that we've knocked out, so. Okay.
Good, okay. So then your second page starts the general fund departmental budgets, and I'll take out the 30,000 out of the fire department's strategic plan. Is that right? Okay.
Yes, I think we agreed to that.
I don't think so. Thank you. And then we're going to add additional money to the CID computer consultants. She said that her first quotation for the services was a lot more than she thought.
But that's for this year or next year? Next year too?
Well, it's in next year's budget.
Okay.
We don't know how fast we're gonna get it going.
Okay, I get it.
So I'll increase to that 35,000, is that right? And then I believe those are the only items you've discussed so far today.
Yeah, I didn't see anything in the legislative. I'm looking at finance and admin now, which is probably okay compared to
You said something
previous-
about the insurance? Did you say? Oh, no, we were talking about the other insurance. You don't have numbers yet on the people insurance.
Health insurance.
No, I don't have numbers for that yet. Yeah, I mean, like these departmental budgets for the general fund, it is hard to cut anything out of them. We've already looked at them really closely.
Let's talk about the sheriff's department for a second. I mean, I'm not suggesting anything, but is there any room to negotiate with them? I mean, they've gone up, 2 years ago, they were under $1 million, and it's 1.2 now. I know there's the same thing that we're dealing with, you know, increase in wages, benefits, things like that, but I've never asked, how does this work? The sheriff said, this is how many deputies you need, and this is what it's gonna cost you.
Yep.
Can we go back and say, well, what would it cost if we did one less deputy? Because don't we have two 24/7?
Yes, I don't know if they would let you cut to one,
No, I'm saying cut to one. I said, what if we cut one from?
but that would
four?
cut to one.
Oh,
Because
two,
we only have two.
oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't think they would allow, I think two is I think we're running at their minimum,
Okay, all right,
is my understanding.
discount for sharing resources with St.
Yeah.
as necessary.
Okay.
So in other words, they're two, or they're 4 plus our 2.
Yeah, it shifts around a little bit, yeah,
yeah, well, asked and answered, thank
yeah.
you. Well, like I said, I went over this all weekend long. I don't see anything else as far as I'm concerned.
Personally, I think that the county should cover all our police and sheriff.
Agreed.
Okay, so fire department, the only thing we had was at 30
Yeah.
so far. Let's see, anything else jumping out? Let's see anything else.
I mean, it's minor, but if we can go back to asking for people to donate for the block party, you know, like our,
Like the
well, like,
sponsors, yeah, we plan to,
Yeah,
we plan to,
we plan, and
yeah.
so if we do that,
Yeah.
will we still need the 8,000?
Well, you have,
Or-
in
or
theory, you're supposed to
6,000.
budget it, cause you have to spend it,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
we would just increase revenue from that.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be something we would have to probably cut if it does for sure pass.
Yeah, I hope we don't have to
We
do
don't
that.
think anymore. So, what is this for here? Software, so. Okay.
these library card rebates. How many people do we have that get library cards?
Like two, what was
We're
it?
budgeting for 275.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I'm just random people.
And we get that pretty much each year?
Oh, that's right, so much for good cataracts.
Well, they do. They go crazy if we do that.
So,
Do you know how many we did? Like, are we on near the 275 each year? or-
Well, so like last year, the 2025 year, you were below that, but it could be that just people
Well,
weren't
that could have
here.
been for the storm
Yeah.
and everything, yeah.
Well, and like, if you guys are on, I think that you've skipped ahead to, like the culture and recreation page, it sounds like. So, you know, the senior services, I think I mentioned this last time there, I found where we paid it last year and, it said, like the Neighborly Senior Care Network, there was a letter from them and it says, you know, they try to get donations, 10% with local donations. That's what their goal is, to operate at that level. As far, compared to like federal or state funding. And apparently the city of South Pasadena took that to mean that we should fund that whole 10% contribution.
That's what we did, right?
That is what you did.
Yeah.
So I don't know that that was necessarily their intent. I'm sure they'll take your money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
Well, I know years past, we put in 1,000 and 2,000, that kind of thing. And then we got the letter and it said that for our city, this is kind of what they thought they needed. And we all decided to put it in, but we could go back to the 1,000 to 2,000. I mean, they were still functioning, you know, I mean, it's a good service they do. I know a lot of people that use it, so they get food brought to them.
well, and I hate to cut something like that, but like you guys talked about, You know, if we're gonna have to make a really deep cuts, it is gonna be the block party, it is gonna be potentially, you know, these kinds of things.
Yeah, I mean, this, again, my point, let the residents of the city test drive the realities of what this proposed constitutional amendment is gonna do. Because if it passes, we're gonna be sitting here the same time next year looking for everything to cut. So let's take it for a ride and see how they like it.
Okay, so what would you like me to do with that budget line item? It's at 9,500.
The only concern is that they're not even gonna see that cut before they vote. They're gonna vote on this thing, and if they pass it, then we're already kind of there, close to where we need to be, but if it doesn't pass, then we're taking away things that they said they still wanted to keep. So, gotta keep that in mind too, that you cut too much, then you're taking away stuff. They said, you know, we voted no, and you took all this stuff away from us. What's the purpose for that? Just something that hit my mind while I was sitting there looking through the numbers. Yeah.
Okay, so do we decrease that, senior services contribution?
Go back to the 5,000 from last year's budget.
I think we should.
5,000?
Yeah.
Be hard to take anything else out of here.
How much is a library card?
It's $100,
And we're subsidizing 75% of it.
correct.
That needs to change.
That what?
I say we cut the amount we subsidize from $75 to some, I mean, paying 75% of a library card to me is a little much.
Well, let's make it.
I
So
can,
to become part of the library association, we're looking around 600, 700,000.
Right.
It was like
So it's-
200,000.
So it's up there now, though.
Yeah.
So the 20,000 was never it's pretty much what they've always done. As far as I remember back, $25 is what everybody always paid for a card, basically, right? Did we ever go up?
Yeah, I mean, at one
I
point.
think we're at 35 one time.
At one point, they put it up to 35, and then it went back down to 25.
Yeah.
But it's been 25
But we could,
the majority of time. yeah.
okay, splitting it 50/50.
Yeah, I
yeah.
Is that an interlocal agreement, or we just, that's a city
No,
policy?
it's a city policy. So because the city is not part of the countywide co-op, our residents technically have to pay $100. So you could pay nothing. I'm not suggesting you do that, but if the city did nothing, residents that want to participate in the county system would have to pay $100. That amount is set by the county. So the city chose to say, hey, we will, instead of joining to save everyone money, we will just help those that want this.
Well, I know there's a lot of people that use it, because I've been pushing the thing on Facebook out to everybody, and they're all hitting me when I'm at the pool or we're in the clubhouse. It's like, you know, why do we gotta pay the $25? Well, we're paying 75, so all you gotta do is pay 25, and then you can go to any library you wanna go to, once you pay the $25. And of course, the other beef is, either they're paying the 25, and the other beef is that they can't pay for it with a credit card online. They just can't order it. And I was like, well, that would cost you another fee
Yeah.
on top of that.
Yeah.
And some of them said, well, I wouldn't mind paying that fee. So if they don't mind paying a little extra for a fee, maybe they'd pay a little extra for a card.
I think it should be
I don't know. We can
I
move to
think it's-
35 and test drive it and see what kind of complaints we get.
Terry's got a good
I just
plan.
wanna throw in, don't eliminate it, because if you eliminate, we do get CRS credits for having participation in the library and keeping some of our floodplain maps there and giving them access to that. So we do get credit for CRS. I'm not saying we do have to participate, so what
So
that dollar
because we
amount.
have because we subsidize part of it,
Correct, is part of our, you don't have to keep the amount that you're keeping if you wanna choose
That's
that,
a
but
good point, thank you.
not,
I wouldn't
I
have thought
just,
of
Yeah.
that.
Can't get rid of it.
you can't get rid of it.
Maybe we just leave it this year. We can bring it up next year. I don't know. It's not that much. It's up to you guys, so.
I'm for 50/50.
Yeah, I do.
Do 50/50?
$50.
See if we get away with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need one more person to say that.
how many said yes? How many said no?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Okay, so we'll expect 275 people to
I'm on the fence.
participate at
Well, it won't be
$50.
that many.
I don't think it
people.
will be. I think it'll drop.
I would say 175 people.
So
I can't-
So you want to drop it straight to a flat 10 grand? That's what I'm asking, I guess.
Well, but that would only drop it a quarter of it, wouldn't it?
We drop it in half, it would be 10, was 20,625, so
But that's with
you want it to be
275.
$10,312, or 50.
So you're saying just make it be a flat
I don't know,
10,000
do you,
for that
I'm
one
asking
year?
you guys, flat fee?
Flat
10.
fee of $50.
Yeah.
So how many people actually get a card this year? Do we have any numbers on that?
I could go and look it up and tell you.
I think it's been pretty.
I think we need
close.
that for that decision, don't we? Because it was 275 people that are getting this card.
1% of our
That-
residents.
Could be the very vocal part. I'm just saying.
Well, again, I'm
I don't
on
know.
record. This is to test drive this. Basically, think of this as
Yeah.
a truth in lending statement when you go apply for a mortgage. It spells out exactly what it's gonna cost you. And this is showing that if people choose to, is their right to vote this constitutional amendment in, this is the reality of what is the effect is.
The reality is, no one's even gonna look at this. They're gonna vote the way they wanna vote. That's it.
Well, not
You might get
necessarily. Hopefully
You might get a
we'll,
few people that are actually gonna do some research, but
I think that the whole key to this thing is communication and letting people know that your property taxes are going down or away, you're gonna pay more school tax, you're gonna pay more county tax, you're gonna pay more at the grocery store, you're gonna pay more everywhere. And I think it's how it's packaged. And Florida League, I'm sure, is doing, they're probably looking at this every day, as how we're gonna communicate to the people that it's not what the governor is trying to tell everybody. That it's not, you're gonna save money, you're not gonna save money, you're gonna be paying it in a different way. So, hopefully that'll get out there, even if they make the cut, what is it, September 28th? They have to have the words and everything
Well,
ready to rock before they
and
put it
just
on
so
the
you know,
ballot.
because I try to follow it as much as I can, and a lot of the people they're talking about the Florida League of Cities as one of the expenditures we shouldn't be paying for. You know?
Seen that too, see?
Crazy.
So, I mean, that's, like, we should not be spending that money. All it does, everybody just goes there and gets drunk and eat and come back, and those kind of
Oh,
comments.
that's crazy.
That's
That's crazy.
They don't get any idea about the education we get and how it helps people.
That was
But-
awesome.
How it
Do
leads to
people really
conversations like
understand
this.
that enough? I mean, I can't believe
No.
that they would really understand that enough.
I guess.
That the
take a
Florida
look at
League
the
is
library
not
card.
doing
Let me know how
everything
many
they can
people
do.
Up to date, I guess.
Well, when it comes to money, people just look at the surface, they don't look to
Well,
what
that's the whole
anything.
thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We have
Yeah.
to, all of us have to have good communication on this thing.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with somebody the other night, asking me about it. So, I mean, we have to have good talking points and let them know what the
Well, I
reality is.
have seen where some cities or counties are having a meeting so that where someone, like either their finance people or their attorneys or somebody comes in and tells them what this is all about, tells them what's gonna happen to the city, instead of us trying to explain it, have people explain it to us, would be better than us sitting up there trying to say what's gonna happen. And that's something we could try to schedule or plan.
I'm working on that for August, September.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be-
There's just, I
That's a
mean,
very
between
good
y'all's
point.
break and
Excellent.
honestly,
Yeah, and you don't wanna do it
the
too far
community's
out
not
because it
paying
just
attention right
disappears.
now.
Right,
People
right,
forget,
right.
it's like when you're running for election, you don't put your stuff in
yeah,
September.
well,
or
these,
March
these
meeting.
are all things that we're
Yeah.
talking about for early fall.
Yeah, so it falls within the educational component, not
Correct.
the political advocacy component that we're
Correct.
prohibited from doing.
So,
Right, right. So what do you
We're
wanna do
just
with
not
library
doing it
cards? Guys, do you want her to look and see how many we've actually given out this year, or do we just wanna do the 50-50 and move
We
forward?
have so many high rises that are empty. I don't think it's gonna be realistic of what a normal year is.
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely down.
We
So
can look-
last year you did 15,000 in revenue from it.
I mean, you could pull 2024.
Well, I think, again, I like taking the contribution from $75 to $50, because then if 300 people come and get library cards, they still get their 50/50. If we set a dollar amount and there's a run on library cards, it's like, what, oh, sorry, we ran out of money, you gotta pay full price. So if we say we pay 50% of the library cards,
It looks like in 24-25 that the actual was 15,200. And then in the budget for this year, we moved it up to 20,250. Why don't we just go back to the 15,200, still keep the $25 fee, and just see if that goes over or not.
Well, keep in mind that the actual for 24-25 is Hurricane Milton and Helene.
That's true, related.
So I don't know that actual for that fiscal year is a valid reflection of that expense.
Okay.
I mean, you could do that, I'm just letting you know, like, that was that year,
Well,
so.
it's up to consensus, I guess. I mean, I'm not for increasing that $25. I mean, I just know so many people that use that benefit, and I can't do that. But if the rest of you want to do that, that's fine. So.
I hear Tom's words, but I think I agree with the mayor that the population of our city, the vast population of our city is probably on fixed income, and keeping it as low as we can, I think would be the right thing to do.
Okay,
That would be the way I
but
would
keep in
go.
mind, we're talking about half of 1% of the population that
True.
uses library card.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
Half of 1%.
yep.
Right.
So
I think
I'm,
we
I'm,
should
I'm on 50% contribution of the 100, so $50. That's me.
And then you, how many do you think that we'll expect? That 275 or less than that, or
Less than that.
I think it'll
Okay.
be less.
200 at $50?
200.
Got
When
it.
would you like us to implement that change? October 1?
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right, when everybody's coming back.
We don't want to start it when we've already budgeted for it, so. Then it'd be a run on
I was
library
gonna
cards.
say, we're gonna have a run on library cards in September. Okay, so we will make that change effective 10/1.
Anything else? Let's see.
You're gonna take out the volunteer appreciation banquet, $200. We talked about that before.
Yeah.
When's the last time that happened?
The banquet, it's been many, many years. We've used the 200 before. We've used that for gift cards if someone happened to do something for the
Oh,
city. Like,
alright.
that's really why it's 200, is it leaves us room for $1 or $2 $100 gift cards. That used to be a higher budget, and we actually had like a dinner, but we haven't done that in many, many years.
We do that like
Many years.
after the storm.
I'm sorry?
We gave gift cards to the people from the church.
Yeah, so we pulled a little bit from that and then had to compensate,
Yeah.
because there were like 7 or 8 of them.
So how come
You
there's,
want me to stop calling it a banquet then? And that
Yes,
one- okay.
yeah, you could
I
just
can
call
do
it
that.
like volunteer appreciation.
appreciation,
Because
for sure.
it hasn't been
Volunteer
a,
Chick-fil-A.
yeah, I don't think it's been a dinner in probably over 10 years.
burger bucket card?
There you go.
Just our
there you
nerves.
go.
So, boat parade. Do we actually spend 10? Is that just for prize money, right?
The prize money, I wanna say is like
Does Remax pay for everything else?
7 something, but
Yeah,
we
the prize money is
advertise,
very costly. This-
Yeah.
That also, it has the tree lighting in there as well.
so it's the prizes, the advertising, and then refreshments.
Is the tree lighting here, park right here, or down where the boat parade comes by?
Here,
Okay,
we only did it over there the one year because the pavilion was torn up.
right, okay.
I mean, I can stop calling that like that account boat parade. I can call that winter activity.
Winter holiday
winter-
Your
activities,
festivities.
yeah.
No, that's one of those things that's a kind of a community identity thing. I mean, that's,
Okay.
Okay, can we talk about what I submitted for talking about today?
So, I got $370,200. Just took out of the budget.
So not quite half.
Okay, so let's, get to this book.
Okay. Well, the first attachment that you were provided is a memo from me to you. Tells us that we're gonna have this discussion today. It starts by talking about, you know, the state makes us do this and the property appraiser relationship with us and the state. The big thing from the first page is that I'd like to point out, the Pinellas County Property Appraiser says that they're estimating giving us our certified taxable values on June 29th. That's important because I need that number to be sure when I tell you what the rollback is and what, you know, the maximum millage is. We calculate that out to 4 decimals, which is very precise. there's very little chance that it's gonna be the exact number that I'm telling you today. So I just want you to keep that in mind. When we reconvene for you to pass the tentative preliminary millage rate on July 1st, I'm gonna tell you this change to this amount. But I wanted to still talk about this today because it's the concepts that I want you to agree on, and we can move forward on the same page. So the discussion section talks about a lot of timing. There's a table in here that's maybe more information that you'll ever want to know.
I liked it.
Those are deadlines that we need to know, but not necessarily action items for you guys. The big thing is that you need to be around on September 9th and September 16th. We have to pick our dates for our public budget hearings. We have to notify them that this is going to be when we talk. They can't conflict with the school board or the Pinellas County meetings, and they do not. So that's going to be something that I'm going to ask you in a little bit to approve those meeting dates. So let's get into the numbers.
Can we talk about the date again?
Sure.
I have the same evening, PSTA's first budget meeting, millage rate discussion for the PSTA. So I can't be in two places at once.
Well, we call dibs.
Hey, that's
I
good.
love it.
Good back for him.
You
That's-
lose, Tom.
All right,
What time is that meeting?
6 o'clock.
Tell him you gotta be out there to get back here by
Yeah, that's impossible. Unless I've got my new helicopter.
Yeah.
Do we discuss potential like virtual participation for you, and then you would just have to participate in our meeting at 7 and jump back on?
Well, I mean, I'm sitting on the dais at 6 p.m. till probably 9
Well, I guess
up at PSTA.
that's, is there,
There's no way for me to participate in two meetings at once.
I mean, could you virtually attend from 6 to as close to 7, step off of that, participate with us, and then step back on to that one?
Can you virtually attend that meeting?
Can you virtually attend that meeting and just take like what could be a 20-minute?
Yeah, I can
Step
virtually
back.
attend. I can do that.
So, and we just let them know we need you, from 5 to 7 to whenever we're
Yeah.
done. I mean, depending on the millage rate that you all choose, we need you all here, unfortunately.
Right.
So,
Okay.
So our meeting is at 7 then, right?
it's a Wednesday.
And you're there from what time? 6 o'clock?
6 to 9, probably.
Well, it's scheduled 6 to 8, but,
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean, the 16th is no
Change the
problem.
Time of ours, huh? That would be.
I think they need to cut out that new vote.
Which date was this? The 9th or the 16th?
The 9th. The 9th, I've got something scheduled. The 16th, I'm wide open.
Well, now wait a minute. This was a question that we had before. If it is not the final vote, even if it's a 2/3 or like, let's say they pick a unanimous, I don't think it counted for that one. It was just the final. We had this question last year. So in theory,
The 16th is the one you have
the
to be at.
16th is, if it's a unanimous vote or a 2/3 vote where we need at least 4, it's the final vote, not that one.
There's no flexibility in the dates, what I'm hearing.
So
The
the
date,
four of us,
no.
the four of us can
Okay.
approve the 9th, and then but on the 16th, we'd have to have all 5 of us
It would
here.
depend on depending on what rate you picked. Yes, if it
I'll
was
just
a
have to let PSTA know I won't be able
So-
to make it,
I
because
mean-
my ultimate responsibility is to this
yeah,
city.
I
So if we can't move it, then
yeah.
I'll just
If you
deal
could
with
attend
PSTA.
virtually and just step off of that
Yeah,
for
I'll-
like
I'll figure it out.
20 or 30 minutes and go
If
back
there's
on.
no flexibility, and I understand that,
So-
I will make arrangements to
Yeah.
deal
But he
with
has
it.
to be here in the building for our vote.
Correct.
Right.
He
On the
can't
16th.
participate virtually with
No,
us.
that's all right,
So
okay.
you know.
So we'll know more about it after the meetings in August, as to where we're gonna be, right? And then,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that doesn't matter. I'll just let them know I can't make it. There's a conflict, and this is priority over anything else.
Yeah, unfortunately, that one is a tough one because of where Labor Day
Yeah,
falls, and then we cannot conflict with the county. We legally can't.
I understand.
So, and then if you start pushing it further into the week, it gets too close to the next one. You have to have enough distance
Sure.
between the two. It's a complicated
No, I get it.
calendar, so we're
Yeah.
kind of
Okay.
we're kind of stuck.
Alrighty.
So
So we don't, so there's no meeting on the 8th of September, right? No night meeting? Because we're doing the meeting on the 9th?
The 8th is a Tuesday?
let me look. Hold on.
Yeah, no.
Correct.
Okay, and the same thing on the 15th, there's no 9 AM workshop?
There would be a 9 a.m. workshop. Yes, it's just
And
not a
then
part of the budget process. The
Then the
date jumped from
16th would be,
the 16th is a night meeting.
okay,
Typically, the 2 night meetings in September are on Mondays. We can't do
Yeah.
them on Mondays this year because of Labor Day.
right.
We have those dates already, right?
Yes, yeah, I
Okay,
gave
yeah.
you those dates in May.
Yeah.
And is it, how hard is it for PSTA to change a date of their meeting, like move it up a day or anything for you?
Well, they've got
Probably the
some-
same way it is for us to
Probably
change
same
it, because
thing
it's a
here.
public, it's
Everybody
probably
else.
already been published because it's budget,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, unfortunately, the majority of government agencies have to follow the same
Yeah.
rules of not conflicting with the county and the school board and then this and there's only so many days.
But there's 15
So-
members on the PSTA board, I'm sure
Yeah.
they'll do without me. The only thing is if the chairman's there, then it falls to me, but if I'm not there, it falls to the secretary treasurer.
Yeah.
So that's why we've got 3 on the board in the executive
Wow.
position, so. It is what it is, no worries.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay,
So, what I've used to prepare these numbers today is the estimated taxable value that we got. It's officially June 1st estimate. We got it May 29th. I looked back at last year, because Jim, I followed the process that you guys have followed in the past. You workshop it in June based on these estimates, and then when you get the certified taxable value, I recalculate it, and then that's what I bring to you for your meeting on July 1st. Last year, between the June 1st and July 1st estimate, it was almost $5 million of a change. So to put it in perspective, that, yeah, like, there are things that change.
$5 million to the benefit or to the detriment?
No, I believe that it decreased
Okay.
$5 million. Actually, I
You could
think
do
I
this-
might
you
have
could do
it.
the complete opposite this year or the same.
We don't know.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just don't know, it's a wild card.
It, some things could increase the value, some things could decrease the value. It would be, new construction that gets added increases your value. Additional homestead exemptions coming in would reduce it. People leaving would increase, it can change. There's lots of things that could impact it. So I used the estimated values to calculate the revenue from the existing millage rate, the rollback rate. One thing that I want to point out is that in your budget in the past, Jim had budgeted 97.5% of the for ad valorem. So you calculate what's the total ad valorem that you think you're going to get, and then that gets reported to the state and everybody. But then on our budget, for our budget purposes, we can put in whatever we want.
Right.
You wouldn't put in necessarily 100% because if you pay in November, you're paying at a 4% discount. If you wait until it's due in March, you're paying the full amount. I am going to propose, I would like to budget the ad valorem at 96% because I'm counting on everybody taking advantage of that discount. So that's important to note too, because there's a little bit of a fluctuation when you look at the budget from last year to what I'm saying I want to budget this year. And that's it's 1.5% less than the way that Jim had approached it in the past. So I wanted to point that out.
well, you guys remember then, of course, last year we went way back because of the storm, trying to help everybody out. We had everybody here in the meeting talking about it.
A lot.
And we kind of told everybody, can't do this every year.
Right.
So that we know there's going to be some type of an increase coming in. Question for you: our city itself has a senior discount, don't we, for property taxes? I know we did it one time. Did we have like something above? I thought there was something extra we
I
did.
don't think so.
Thought there was something that if you were under a certain amount of income, that,
That wouldn't be offered from, that wouldn't be offered
Yeah.
from your
I
city.
thought there was something, I thought the city had something itself. In my mind, I remember us voting on something like that, or talking about it at least at one point.
When?
There was like 10 years ago, maybe, 12 years ago. It was quite a while back, but it was some type of we thought about for the property taxes that it was a city-sponsored break. I thought it was something that was allowed. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I don't think
I thought there was like it's something we added extra, but I mean, if it's something that can't be done, then obviously it didn't happen, but.
Yeah, I don't
it just-
think so.
Hmm.
No, I don't have any record of that.
Yeah.
In the
Nothing.
way that,
God, if so, if there was. Okay.
I'm trying to think of it too.
That was something. I remember I thought we did. That if you qualified, you met a certain
I
amount.
don't remember anything that,
Because I know Jim
No, we
used to always
did
say
as-
that's more money coming off if we do that, and he didn't like the idea of it. I remember him, the argument
did
over
we
it.
do it?
Yeah. I think Larry Crowley was here at the time, and
I don't think I so
Who else?
qualified.
What kind of discount did they give?
it was like, like you get now, you got a homestead, and then it was like an additional part of the homestead type thing. But
I don't,
maybe it was a good dream, I don't know.
Could we have
But it
done
really
that?
stuck in my head,
Made up
I
our
remember the
own-
I
conversations.
don't know how
Made up
How
our
many
own
years
deal.
ago, you think?
I mean, if Larry
At least
Crowley
12
was
years
here,
ago, maybe.
it would have been
Right?
over
Yeah.
15. Yeah, he's been gone
I
since.
seem like I remember Larry being
2011,
part of the
20.
discussion.
I
So,
don't remember
2011 as
it.
well.
yeah. Okay, well, if it didn't,
I do appreciate the mayor bringing up the fact, I was gonna point that out as well. So this year, the year end, fiscal year 26, you voted and decided to keep the existing millage rate that you had at 5.175. What that did to the budget for the year that we're in for 26, it projected a loss of $655,000. You knew that rolling people's taxes rate back was going to put you at a loss of $655,000. So when you did this and you made the decision, and you did in the meetings, I watched them, you said, remember, this is a one-time thing, this is because of hurricanes, we can't do this forever, it's gonna cost us money. That was a 2.97% tax reduction last year when you made that decision. Please keep that in mind when I tell you, I need it looks like you need to raise taxes. As if this year wasn't complicated enough. There is legislation that is going to pass likely. What they've done, I mentioned this last week, what they've always done is when we calculate the millage rate, there's a component of the calculation that helps keep up with inflation. It's a personal income adjustment, and there is a bill, I have a copy of it if anybody hasn't, read it like I do. It takes that out, takes out that provision. So the way that we've always calculated what used to be what would need a majority vote, it's not relevant anymore. The forms for the state are gonna change. They've not been released yet. It's a fire drill that we're in right now.
So this is a bill that's passed?
Well, it's waiting to be signed or just,
Okay, so it's passed, waiting for signature. Okay, or becoming a law on its own.
right, and we have no indication that it's gonna be vetoed, so everybody's expecting that it will go through. So even to try to follow the same methodology that's been done in the past to calculate the rollback rate and the majority vote it's different. It's different this year. So if you go to the calculation page that has a little table on it, the top section is, it obviously is pointing out, and I'm shouting from the rooftops, this is based on a preliminary estimated value. It's gonna change. But following that calculation down, it comes up with a rollback millage rate of 5.2862. Okay, so that gets us very close to the same ad valorem that we calculated for this year. It's actually a roll up. You can see that your existing rate is less than the rollback. And then as you continue on, the middle column is That's the one that was previously calculated using that personal income adjustment. It's not gonna be relevant anymore. And then the same is true for the final column that's labeled unanimous. That's also not gonna be relevant anymore. Because what they're doing with the column that has the arrow pointing to it, that I'm saying, I would like you to choose this one. It's 110% of the rollback rate. That's gonna be the maximum. You will need 2/3 vote for that to happen. But I think that based on the facts and the circumstances and your situation of keeping a low tax rate last year, we've got to go in with a tax increase this year. Please keep in mind that what we're going to do at the July 1st meeting is going to publish the maximum millage rate that we would be adopting. You can go down from that. You cannot exceed that. So everybody's been very quiet through my whole long speech.
We're in shock.
Well, if you look at the column that I'm suggesting, the 5.8148, you'll see that it shows an increase of 540,000 in revenue coming into the city. Look at it from the perspective that you came into this year considering that you're gonna lose 655,000.
Yep.
So this is not going to increase reserves. It's not even gonna make you whole compared to, the projections for this year that we're in. We're trying to get closer to even. Obviously the changes that we discussed today, taking all that stuff out of the budget, that will help our bottom line. The mayor has his calculator out.
How many months reserves do we currently operate on?
I don't have the answer to that, but it costs about $729,000 a month to operate this city.
We don't know how much we have in reserves, how many months.
I mean, I don't do that's like an annual calculation that I do. It's not something that I did ahead of today.
I want to say we were just under 8.
Yeah, well, I thought after we spent that money last year, we were gonna put us about 7, but
Probably more like 7.
Yeah,
with
I think that it was
Yeah.
between 6 and 7, actually.
Yeah.
plus we waived over $1 million worth of fees for permit fees last year, on top of that. So, I think we were one of the only cities that went a whole year with waiving, right? So,
Yeah,
How
we
many
were
months do we have in reserve?
somewhere around 7.
How much?
Around
Somewhere
7.
around 7.
Well, and it hovers. So like at the beginning of the year when we get all of our ad valorem money, that's when we get all of our money. And then so as the year goes on, our fund balance goes down because we're not collecting as much in taxes all the time. Our costs stay the same, but we're not bringing in as much. So by the time we get to the end of September, we're at our lowest point until we, go through the whole process again.
yeah.
So, as my memo suggests, I respectfully request that you'll allow us to go, and this, I guess, feeds into what I was talking about. Like, I don't know that 5.8148 is gonna be the exact number, but I want you to try to get on board with the idea of going to the 110% over rollback. I believe that the number is gonna be close to that once we get the certified values.
So
I
you
know-
may have an updated number at the July 1st
Yes,
meeting. So whatever you decide on today, she may have a slightly tweaked number
Yeah.
next week.
So you need consensus today on what that number will be.
You need consensus today on what area you want to end up in, yeah.
So, I've asked Heather to see if she can come up with the spreadsheet we used to get from Jim that would show us if the assessed value was, say, 250,000, and this is how much it would go up, depending on the cost of
Right.
these homes. And I gave her a copy I had, she's gonna look, see if it's still in the computer, so she can get us that. But we do need a number, I guess, today, that might help us, because if she gets it to us tomorrow, the next day, or whatever, before the meeting, we'd be able to look at that, and I guess we can still discuss it some more at the meeting.
You can.
We could pick a number today, and then at the meeting, we could change that number if we think it's feasible. But,
Today's the day we set the millage rate for the trim notice, right?
No, it will.
Or are we just picking a weight?
July 1st.
July 1st, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, July 1st is when you're gonna officially and then we'll fill in the blanks of the resolution.
And, where is, let me see, proceeds, I sent the budget, okay.
Well, so there are a few things that I'd like to make sure that I understand. Is everybody okay with me doing the budget at 96% instead of the 97.5%?
Yes.
Okay. And then if we
Excuse
can.
me, before you move
No,
on.
go ahead.
I would like to see the numbers with the 97.5 if we end up collecting that much. So, I mean, I'm with keeping it in the budget as 96, like you suggested. I think it's a good idea, but I'd like to see the numbers at 97.5. If you could add that to this column.
Well, so that would be about $70,000 more at the 5.8148.
Okay.
I can calculate it for each
So-
one of these choices too, but.
So what is our estimated total budget for next year?
We don't have a total yet, and it's skewed too because you have a $15 million project.
That's true.
I can come back and tell you what the general fund budget is gonna be. Or, an estimate.
Right. Now, last year, we brought in 4.7 on ad valorem.
Is that normal with all the real estate we've got empty now? I guess they're all still paying property taxes, but did that change? Have any of our values gone down because of storm damage or anything like that? Do we know yet?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They have?
Your overall taxable
That's
value
why we
is,
got that decrease in
Yeah.
our
That's why.
values of the
Okay.
new construction and.
All right.
And
Yeah.
didn't they estimate that at the property appraiser as well?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, another thing too that could affect later
Yes.
is new owners coming in and buying these homes who don't have a transportable homestead exemption, and they'd be paying more than somebody who could move there.
In your commercial bill.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah, like car washes and
Yeah.
Chipotle's and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's all kind of stuff that will fall into the new taxes.
3-unit storefront.
Well, I would say, because I always go with a recommendation. At minimum, yeah. We get a look at, because when everybody gets their estimated tax, they always look at the big number at the end, at the county and then everything. And it's just nice to be able to say, well, only $75 of that is mine, is ours. The rest of it's all county. I have no control over the county. Because they look at that number and that's us. It's us. So that's why that form's kind of important, if you can get that for us. So Carly can email that out to us, or you can email it out to us. Nobody respond on it, of course. And then when we come to the meeting on July 1st, we'll have that information in front of us. We can take a motion on the vote for what she's recommending now, and then during discussion, we can amend it. Is that the best way to do it?
I just need a consensus for what number you want me to put
Today.
into the resolution.
Right.
Which will go in as a blank, and then Heather will likely come into the meeting next week and may have a tweak, but you guys could also discuss and change it completely if you wanted to.
Right, but no, we would still
Only down.
we would make the motion first, though, to accept what's in the agenda, and then we would amend that to what we wanted to, or we,
You
so we
say
won't, we
next
can't
week.
discuss it until after we have a motion and a second, right?
No, you can make a motion to amend. Yes, we would have that set for you.
Okay,
You do a motion to amend it.
all right.
well, and I do think that that's what's gonna happen. I think that I say today 5.8148, I come back next week and it's gonna be a little bit different.
Could be up, could be down.
Could be up, could be down. I wanted to make sure that I explained, and hopefully I did. If anybody has questions, please let me know.
And that's if you have the new number.
I think she said, they're planning on giving it, on the 29th, so.
Yeah.
I also talked to, I think I told you, the guy at somebody at the trim department in the state, and he said, they're waiting for all this legislation just like we are. They don't have their forms ready yet. So everybody's like, it feels like a fire drill.
But if the numbers change above the 5.8, we would be stuck with the 5.8. If we
I'm trying to not make that happen, yes. So in your scenario, if the taxable values come back and they're higher than what the original estimate was, we would not need to potentially go up that high. If they go down even further, we might need to go up a little bit more. It depends.
This is her best estimate as of right now.
Yeah. See if
She's
we
gonna
can
give
get
us
every year,
the
yeah.
actual on July
But
first.
you're going to report this number
Just back to
not
you.
until July first.
So July first, she's gonna come in and say, the values either went up or down, therefore we could adjust this number to this. You would choose a number then, that's what we report.
Okay,
So whatever you choose today is not being told to anybody outside of us, it's just for our purposes, knowing the direction you wanna go.
Okay, I see what you're saying, yeah.
And then you make a final decision next week. And then that is the number that gets reported to
Based
the
on the
accounting
real
system.
number,
Pick a higher number.
the
and then you-
more real
Correct.
number.
You choose what you, and then you've
Yes.
always got a couple more votes after that change it again.
To go down, correct.
Right.
After the first, you can go down, you can't go up.
So that's gonna be, like, those are the notices that go out. It says, if the city goes with this, this is the maximum millage rate that they will assess your property at.
So we can change it in August, but not
So,
higher.
we
Correct.
can't go higher.
You
Yep,
can change
can
it in
bring
August
down.
and September.
As
You will
opposed-
have
yeah.
3 opportunities after July first
Right,
to change it lower, not up.
not higher,
Over the rollback rate, yeah, so it would be a 10% increase. But again, coming on the heels of a 2.97 decrease. Okay. Well, that's what I'm gonna do, unless
So
you
we
tell
got
me not to, I'm just gonna keep
consensus
on
for
talking
the-
and move on.
We got
Five.
consensus to go with the high number then, and,
Yeah.
5.8148.
Yeah, yep.
I am in consensus for that.
yeah.
So that is what you will see when we send the agenda packet out at the end of this week. That is the number you will see in that resolution. Just understand it
not
may,
final number.
it may change.
Change.
It should only be slight if there is a change.
Oh, yeah. I don't
And
think
she
it's
will
gonna be much.
report that on the first.
All right. Okay, and then the second part of the materials that I distributed, well, there is the one with a map on it. It just shows a little map of Pinellas County, other people's millage rates. I know that you've had discussions in the past about the composition of our city and the composition of other cities, and they have more other ways to bring in fees that we don't have.
Oh, yeah, like the beach got the hotels and stuff.
You didn't fight me real hard on what I recommended, so we don't need to, I didn't need to.
You don't need your
That
supporting
much.
data?
The 12-step pay plan for the upcoming year. I want to point out that I did recalculate and made sure that every single one of these steps is an even percentage increase through the whole life of their path. And then the final, that goes in conjunction with the last page where it says analysis of the impact of the salary survey. That was a request that the mayor had. If we had just gone from what everyone was making plus 4%, what's the difference between what those numbers would have been and then the results of the salary survey? So these positions here are the ones that were impacted and the difference with the new pay scales. So if you were to add up all of these, it's about $72,000 between all departments.
Better than it sounded like it was gonna be, didn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is, yeah.
So if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. I have I've notated all the changes that we talked about today. I'll change the budget.
Okay. I don't believe I have anything further. Tom, anyone else?
I do not.
I think you did a good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You've worked so hard on all this. So great.
Well, I knew there would be changes, the budgets, that even like the stuff that we're talking about now. It's early, we still have time to make changes, so we'll scroll them through.
Yep.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
have something if nobody else does. Simple. So the Florida League of Cities Conference, every year we have to choose a delegate. They just sent me the paperwork to choose a voting delegate for when they review the bylaws and whatnot. So you all tend to decide amongst who's going. Excuse me. I'll let you know. I don't know when they've done the voting in the past, so you all may have a better idea than me.
It's usually for the Saturday general meeting.
Okay, so it is. It's at the Saturday again. They made a very big deal about making sure everyone knew it was Saturday, so that's why I'm trying to put out there that if you would like to be the voting delegate, please make sure that that means that you will still be there for that Saturday
The voting
meeting.
delegate gets to hear the whole audience scream, second!
Yeah.
Yeah. You can be a guest too if you're all that.
Oh. So.
But yeah, I'm gonna be there, I'll do it again, so it's, if everybody's fine with that.
Absolutely,
So,
with the mayor.
yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
So then I will go ahead and I will add that as a motion to the meeting for next week.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're good with that.
Oh, speaking of Florida League of Cities, my term as a board member ends at that meeting in August, at the Saturday member. And I have applied to be one of 3 new at-large members that'll be voted on by the board, so we'll see how that turns out.
That's great.
There's 15 people applying, so I got, what, a 1 in 5 chance?
Okay.
Yeah.
How many?
15 people have applied for 3 positions on the board of directors. And they're at large, so it's voted on by the all total board of directors. So
All right.
Wow.
we'll see. But keep you posted.
Yeah.
Anybody out there got anything else? No? We're done? All right, thank you, everyone. We're gonna adjourn.